do. And the champ is here. The champ is here. Oh, I didn't watch the hoop. You know what I'm saying? When I was a youngin', I felt like I was out there in the court with him, but I wasn't though. He goes by the name of David West. David, what's up? Welcome to the building.
What's good? What's good? Thank you for coming on. 48 minutes a game. I got 12 minutes now. I know you ain't hooped in a while, but you could get 12 minutes in a quarter. You might be done for a couple of weeks, but I could get 12. I know how to get you to your spots.
Right.
Hey, and before we kick it off, I was listening to CP. I was watching a YouTube where CP was talking about you getting to your spots. He was like, he learned so much from your mid-range game, 12, 15 feet, getting to the elbow. What was that like playing with CP then and then looking at CP now?
Yeah, we kind of grew up together, man. We went through those dog years in the NBA where you take your lumps, you losing games, but you playing and you getting minutes and you figuring out how to be successful. So we were able to do that together. When he came to the team, it was like my second or third year, and I played a little bit as a rookie, but then got hurt my second year. So my third year was like, it's time to go. He was, being with a distributor like that and a guy with that kind of vision made it really, really simple. And then I figured out, man, I needed to make 15 to 17-foot jump shots to stay in the league. So the rest was history.
So look, we got a question right off the bat. Who is your basketball top five?
So I'm old school with it, man. Basketball is a team sport, so I just got to go by position. So I would start with Shaq at the 5, Tim Duncan at the 4, LeBron James at the 3, Michael Jordan at the 2, okay, and Magic Johnson at the 1. So that's my top 5.
That's a tough top 5 though, D.
Yeah.
And a lot of people sleep on Tim Duncan, but
come on, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Tim was too much.
Tim is too much. Me and D Wade talk all the time. We live here. We chat almost every night, and people sleep on Tim Duncan big time. He was a big fundamental for a reason.
Right.
Kennedy,
right.
bring that other question up.
He couldn't be stopped.
He could not be stopped. So D, we got our audience. They're always going to be chiming in, and we'll bring questions up as we flow. What does it take to be a champion in life and in sports?
All right. So, I would say the first part with life, you got to know yourself. You got to know who you are, what you are. I tell young athletes that all the time. Figure that out first. Before you know what kind of car you want, what neighborhood, what city you want to live in. Figure out who you are as a basketball player, because the sooner you figure that out, the easier it's going to be for you to chart a career path for yourself. Guys who don't know who they are struggle, but
they do.
Once you know who you are, I'm a shooter, I'm a screener, I'm a rebounder, I'm a pick and pop guy, I'm a slip guy, whatever it is. Be good at that.
Be great at that.
And you'll find a way for yourself. But if you don't know who you are, don't get an understanding of who you are. Again, this is in the game and outside the game. It's going to be very hard for you to make a way for yourself. So I would just say know who you are in life. Understand your strengths and weaknesses. Whether or not you're an introvert or extrovert, somebody that can talk to somebody that again is not really good with people. Find a way to be successful in that. I mean, and not everybody's built to be out front in front of the camera. Find something to do behind the camera. Not everybody's out, going to be in front of you standing, giving sermons and everything like that. But, find who you are and embrace it and then go about your day, man. Don't worry about
that. That's funny. I was just talking, me and my son and J.R. Smith were talking because J.R. still working out. He's free agent. He's still chasing championships. And we talked about that. And I was telling my son that earlier, just like you said, that you understand what's your role for the team, the better that you're going to become, because you have people that I've worked with and you've been around in the league all the way around. They get to be 25, 26 years old and they still don't have a clue with what their role is or what's their strength, what their weaknesses is. And that carries over to business. And so if you don't understand that teamwork part of it and then how you fit in, it's going to be very hard to excel.
Absolutely.
So how do you leverage? How would you leverage basketball? You having an amazing college career, major collegiate career. I mean, a professional career. How do you leverage that in going from being a professional athlete to in business and the life after basketball? How do you
Right.
leverage that?
You got to prepare for it. You got to be ready to, the one thing you got to do as an NBA player is accept the end. Like, it's going to come.
Joe Kim Noah. I just got off the phone. I was on the phone, Dave, like maybe 15 minutes ago with Joe, and Joe's getting on a flight headed to Brazil.
Wow.
And he was, that's my dog. He's like, Chris, I'm okay. And it was more of like he was coaching me through it. I said, Joe, are you sure you're okay? He's like, I'm in a good place, man. He's like, I just feel like every time my body just get nicked up, I'm good.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, you got to know when the end is there, and then you got to try to maximize all the time in between. Like, you really have to say, okay, the end is going to show its head at some point somewhere, and I'm gonna just try to max out all this time that I have in between. So as a rookie, it was crazy, but I started thinking about, what if this is my only deal? What if I just don't turn the corner and I'm a 3-4 year and out guy? So I had to, my mind was, I want to be able to show something for the little bit of time that I was in the league. And, thankfully I was able to get traction under me and have a decent career, but you're always preparing for the end, and you never get blindsided. I was never in the position to think like this is going to last forever. Now, I know some guys have been in positions and some cities you live in and everything's going so great, you really think it's going to last forever. But
and then you get traded.
Yeah, there you go. Right. And everything changes.
Okay, so this is a question for my young guys, because I have a lot of young players. I have a lot of guys that just drafted, all these guys. How important is to maximize your time and to be able to build business while you're playing? Because it's a grind. You feel you're tired from playing, you're tired from traveling. You got to practice. You got to put in the extra time. But when I started calculating the time, it could be 3 to 4 hours maximum if you spending that time on your body.
Right.
What type of advice can we give today, D, from you being an NBA champion to those young guys that are trying to follow your track and to build business while they're playing?
Wake up. I would say get up early, man. Wake up, man. Like, practice at 11, be up by like 7:45, 8 o'clock. Just get up, man. Just wake up, start your day. I think the sooner you do that, the better you'll be able to sort of work yourself into a routine. And then you got to you got to listen. One thing I did was I made sure I had a financial advisor. Really, like, that was one of the decisions I made. At Xavier, the all-time leading scorer at the school, his name's Byron Larkin. He's the brother of Barry Larkin, the longtime Cincinnati Red. But Byron had an overseas career, and then he had to transition into business. So when I was in college, he was our play-by-play guy, and so he started talking to me pretty early about, if you just financially plan out your future, you're not gonna have to worry about some of the stresses that come with being a professional. So, Byron was always in my ear, got me started when I was very, very young in the league. And then the other thing was I just listened. Like, don't try to get into businesses and all these different things that you don't know about. Everything's not going to work out.
Right.
Make sure you have people that you can bounce ideas off of. But listen, right? Be a listener. And then if it's something, if you got questions, ask questions. But I would just say start by listening. And then if it's something that piques your interest, somebody got a real estate something here, somebody got a tech something here, whatever it is, be able to have people in your corner that you can bounce stuff off of, and then be able to have enough sense to be like, I don't know.
Right. And that's probably one of the hardest things for people to say, especially when you're really good at something.
Right.
And you're young, is to say, you know what? I don't know, but I have a team around me that can research it. And a lot of times business don't even have to be a high investment business. It could be a low investment business.
Right.
It could be generating jobs. It's so many different ways. But I just want to see the young fellas be encouraged to take on that ownership so that they can start educating themselves and start low and build it. So when their career is over, they
Right.
look like they got a portfolio
Yeah.
that's ready for business. They don't want to wait to the end, because little that they know, Dave, is as soon as that ball stop bouncing,
Right. Everything changes.
people forget about you.
Right.
People forget about you. I can pick up the phone. I call Clyde. I say, Clyde, man, Clyde Drexler, you always answer the phone. I say, man, all I do is play golf.
Right. Right. He said the same thing to me. Right. I'm on the golf course.
I'm on a
Get
golf
off the
course.
golf course. Right.
So and so I realized that, and it's only so many transitions, but that was amazing. Kennedy, bring up that other question for me. Okay, here we go. Perfect. What is your thoughts on taking leaps of faith? Let's just start there.
Mm. You got to do it sometimes. Sometimes you just have to say, I'm gonna go for it. I think, if you're hesitant, if you're nervous, if you shy about something, be smart about it. But sometimes you just have to go for it. I'll say this last point on the investment piece. The one thing you can tell your young guys is to think about it in baseball terms. So you want to start with singles and doubles, right? You just
Man,
want to start with singles and doubles, get on base, couple singles, and then eventually you'll start getting guys home. Then
right,
after you scored a couple runs, then you say, you know what, let me go ahead and swing for the fences one time,
right.
right? So think about singles and doubles, accumulating some runs, some scores, so you have enough, so you have a little leeway. When that one opportunity comes up, you try to swing for the fences. It doesn't necessarily hurt you in your long-term plans because you've been hitting singles and doubles. That was a strategy we used.
That's a great example, because now you're in the game.
Right,
So so most people not even in the game. If you're watching the game go and you keep making excuses of why you can't get out of bed
right,
and why you can't have these conversations, you don't have to literally use your money that you're making. You can leverage. And that's
right,
what I asked you. I wanted to know about leveraging, because you can leverage your name.
right.
And
Absolutely.
leveraging your name can create income and businesses for even people that are around you. So it
Right,
allows you not even to use your checks that are coming in. You can set those up in retirements and funds and stuff like
right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what are your thoughts on taking a leap of faith?
I would say do it if it's something that you're passionate about. I teach the young folks all the time, man. Have this unbelievable, unbridled belief in yourself. It don't matter what's in front of you. You don't ever question the belief that you have in yourself and your ability to get things done. So if you have that, go for it.
Wow, I love that. So now you're working with the kids. Do you still have your AAU program?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We still going strong, going to roll. We started fourth, fifth grade, well, second, third grade, all the way up to 17U. So it's a passion of mine. I got really, when I was in college at Xavier, I got hooked into to coaching young kids. Coach Prosser used to make us coach camp every summer. So I absolutely realized, like, there was two things. One was that young kids really, when you're a basketball player and you say something, they really listen. But then two, it actually helped me become a better basketball player, because the things that I'm pointing out to the young kids, I'm saying, wait a minute, I should be doing that too. And you correcting guys and showing guys how to do things, you actually training yourself. So it was
Right.
always a tool that I've used. But then I always felt like basketball is a great vehicle to meet and young people where they are. You can have some of the best conversations on the basketball court. You know this when you work with your guys. Sometimes it's just you and him, or you and a couple other guys, and y'all have some of the deepest, most philosophical questions just out there shooting hoops. So I know the power that you can connect with young people through sport.
That's amazing. My favorite people to develop, I know everybody always asks me this question, like, yo, what favorite NBA player? I was like, yo, I like them when they little.
Kids,
Because
right,
because
right,
if I can help create a structure for him,
right,
I don't want anything from him, and I don't want to live through him.
right,
I just want him to be able to create his own dream and give himself the best chance. If that's
right,
basketball, that's basketball. If basketball teaches you enough discipline to become the best doctor, the best
right,
lawyer, entrepreneur, business person in the world, and it's going to connect you and build your network. So no, I absolutely
man,
love the kids.
absolutely.
So where are you stationed at now, Dave?
I'm in North Carolina. I'm in Raleigh. This is where my family retired here, and it's just we've settled, man. My brother, my wife and kids are here. Like I said, mom and dad are older and they're here. Nephew's here. We got it's a great basketball culture down here in
Super
North
big.
Carolina. So yeah, man, it's just rolling. I got some young guys getting ready to come. Already got a few guys in the NBA. Got another batch of guys getting ready to come through pretty soon. This year we'll have a couple in. Got a guy I'm gonna send to you too, man.
I love it, and I need to come out and do some shooting
Yeah,
camps.
Yeah, for sure. Because this is a great space for basketball.
Okay, so my last question for Dave Kennedy is, what other business are you into, or that you would like for us to share, so that maybe there's an investor out there, maybe somebody you want to partner with, maybe
Right.
it's somebody that can help your nonprofit. Like, tell me, what are you doing on that business side? Because 48 minutes a game is not only the give game, but
Right.
it's to help all of our people that are coming on. Because if you're out of sight, you're out of mind. But if you're in sight, you're in mind.
Right.
And so right now you're on fire. So what other entrepreneurship things that you have going, and how can we help benefit that?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, well, I've got the Professional Collegiate League, which is a league that we are working to compensate collegiate athletes, because we believe it's far long overdue to have fair, equitable economics at the sporting level. Yeah, so that's really my major grind right now. I'm working with the PCL. Like I said, we're trying to raise investment. We're looking for partners. We're hiring coaches, looking for folks that are in the basketball grind. We're trying to give opportunities to people that maybe don't have access to opportunities in the coaching and developmental stages. But again, that's what we're grinding toward. And then again, like I said, man, I'm always on the court with young folks. That's the greatest investment you can make, man, is into the future generation. So trying to just keep going and pass that game on.
Well, however I could be a benefit and an asset, I'm gonna reach back out to you on that one, because I would love to be a part of it, because I think the athletes should be compensated. I mean, people have made so much money on them for the longest, and now the tables are turning. So I definitely would love to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
Kennedy, take it away.
Fire quarter. Oh my God. The champ was here. The champ was here. That part. I'm still hype about it. It's time for us to go into quarter number 3. David, you want to stick around? We might have some more questions for you at the end. But up next, we